Well, Nick ended the music, so people online, you know what that means. You know exactly what that means. All right, welcome back, everybody. Don't know where most of the class is again today, but hey, I'm happy that the people are here that are here. All right, so today we're going to be going over Access Guided Project 1-2. And so there are two files you're going to download. So please download the start file. Please download the resources file. The only one we're going to open, everybody, the only one we're opening is this one right here, the .accdb file. And make sure you only open it once. So this is our database file. And you will notice it has nothing in it. So essentially, here's the rub, everybody. When we get to the point where we are importing the Excel file or whatever file that was that we downloaded, was it a CSV or was it a, let me double check that. So when we get to that point, if your field names aren't spelled correctly in your database, the import will not work properly. So spelling today is going to be of the utmost importance. Yeah, here it is. So it's an Excel workbook called Members That. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to talk about before we begin. So Access is different from all the other applications you're going to use in this class. I would like you to see that, and you don't have to open up this, I'm just showing this to you. When you opened up your Access database file, you'll notice there's two files with the same name. One has a lock on it. So here's the thing. When you open a database up like this, nobody else can edit it except for you because you have locked it. Now, when we submit this database at the end, yes, we're submitting the database file, you have to make sure that the entire database file is closed. Like, you can't leave it open. Like Excel, we could leave those open. Word, we could leave those open. PowerPoint, we can leave those open when we submit for grading. But this one we have to close before we submit it for grading. It has to be entirely closed out. So that's why I wanted to show you this, because, yes, so you cannot leave it open before you submit it. It will tell you it's locked. Okay, so I'm just talking about that, especially for all the people that are not here. And keep in mind that we're going to import this members data file into our database. All right, let's get to it. What should I click right now?
Enable content.
Enable content. And this is a blank, yes, a blank database. I've had people freak out before and go, how come I'm not seeing anything? Well, because we have to create tables. So I'm going to give you a preview of Tuesday's lecture right now. So in Access, we are going to create tables. These tables are going to contain fields like first name, last name, address, those types of fields. So we're going to create these tables. Now, we're not going to be doing relationships today. We're not going to be doing relationships between tables today. That will be in a future project. But this is traditionally the fastest project because we are just going to create these tables with these field names and go from there. Now, there are two different views in Access. This view that you're going to work with today is called the data sheet view. It's going to look a lot like a spreadsheet, what you're about to see. It looks a lot like a spreadsheet, and we're going to go from field to field to field. We're going to create the fields first, and then we're going to put the data in second. Those are the two things that we're going to do with this today. The next project that we're working on, we're going to work on the back end of the data sheet view, which is called the design view. Me, as an avid Access user, I love design view a lot better than I love data sheet view, because with design view, you can create all of your fields, and it's just like a page that has a bunch of your fields in it and the data types and all that. You can manipulate it all right there in one screen. So today we're going to do the data sheet view. Next week we're going to do the design view. And if you make a mistake today, you get to edit it in the design view. All right, let's get going. So here we go. So congratulations, step 1A, B. Oh, look, we're finally doing a step 1. We're going to create a table. So to create a table, we're going to click which tab? Create. You're so good. All right, so we're going to click create. Now, we're not doing design view. We're just doing table. So we're going to create a what? We're going to click on what?
Table.
Table, right here in the tables. So go ahead and click table. it should look like this after you click table. It should say table 1 on the left-hand side now. See table 1 over there? And it should say ID and click to add. So again, create tab, table. Got it? Let me know when you're ready. Yes? Okay. Here we go. So you're going to learn in this first project how to edit a field name. So keep in mind, everybody, I need you to listen to me on this one. Field names themselves have no spaces in them. Because you notice in step 2B here, it says that we're going to rename that ID field member ID, all one word. In a little bit, you're going to learn about captions. Now, what captions allow us to do is to put spaces in the field. Like the field names are always going to have no spaces. But our captions, when we create those, you can put spaces in the captions, and then when you look at them in the datasheet view, it'll look like normal words instead of like member ID, for example. So here's what we're going to do. Ready? And again, if you're lazy, like me, or I call it efficient, I'm just going to copy member ID so I don't misspell it. I'm going to come back here. So, ready? I'm going to double click on the word ID like this. You're going to put your pointer right here on the word ID, double click, and paste. Or you can type it in. Now, I'm not touching anything right now, I'm just pasting it in there because, yes, once we do this, it's going to, notice what happens if you push enter after you're done with that, it's going to go to the next field. So let me know when you're ready. Everybody over here ready? Let me know when you're ready over here. So essentially what we're going to be doing, everybody, is we're going to be adding fields with short text as the data type. Short text, you notice this, short text. Then down here, when we add the rest of these, they're all short text except for what? Hyperlink, right. The only one that's not going to be short text, everybody, is the email address field. All the rest of these are going to be short text. So that's what we're going to do right now is set these up. Let me know when you're ready.
He messed his up and uploading it.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready. Because I'm gonna probably rifle through these pretty quick.
And I just can't get to the ID one like you did on his.
Okay.
He double clicked something.
Yeah, just double click the word ID.
I know, I tried to, it doesn't let me. He clicked something different on his. Clicked a different one.
Okay, click OK. Well, that's because the cursor is flashing in the click to add field. Put your pointer on the word ID to the left. Nope, there, double click. Click OK. Okay. Okay, pardon me. Because you did that, we're going to have to do this. Okay. Hold on. And the best part about this is, yeah, close it. Yeah, we'll just open it back up. Actually, just be able to do that. There we go. We're right back in there. There you go. There you go. And then member ID goes in there. And when in doubt, close it and reopen it. All right. So after you put member ID for the first field, after we put member ID for the first field, we push enter. And you will notice that this menu comes up. If you do not see this menu, click the arrow next to click to add. We're going to do short text. We're going to do short text on everything except for email address. So here we go, short text. And you'll notice it says field something like that, field 1. We're going to put in first name. First name, like that. And then we're going to push enter again. So first name, enter. Again, these are all going to be short text except for email address. So short text. And this one's gonna be last name. Short text except. Now. No playing me while I'm doing it live. All right. Says if you're just joining us, all you do is you're gonna open up you're gonna download both files. You're gonna open just this one, the database file with your name on it.
That's Nick.
Okay. What's that?
Which one?
Short text. We're doing short text, so check it out. So here's last name. I'm gonna choose short text again for the next field. You might wanna do this all on one and then do it all on the other one next. So here are all the rest of the fields, everybody. Address, city, state, zip code, hyperlink for email address. So we're gonna do address next. Again, they're all short text except for the one. And then city, again, I told you can copy and paste. And then state. And then zip code. Now, after zip code, that's the tricky one. This is gonna be hyperlink for the next one. So if you're just joining us, yes, you're gonna open this up, you're gonna click enable content for the security warning. It's gonna be blank. You're gonna click create, and you're gonna click table. And then you're gonna start putting all these field names in. So you're gonna change ID to member ID. And then you're gonna press enter after you change it to member ID. Then short text, first name. So at the beginning of this, I said that field names do not have spaces in them. You have to spell these all correct. Otherwise, when you import, it's not gonna work. It's gonna give you an error. All right, so everybody keep putting in the fields like this. Let me know when you get to this point. Just let me know when you get to this point. Because the one after zip code is hyperlink, it is not short text. That's why I'm stopping here. Did you put hyperlink for email address?
Oh.
That's why I'm stopping here. So here's the thing that a lot of people miss, and that is this one. This one should be hyperlink and not short text for email address.
The short text would be after the zip code, or the zip code also.
Zip code is short text as well, but then the one
Okay.
after zip code, that's email address, that's hyperlink. That's why I'm switching it. So if you mess that up, guess what? You get to go into design view and fix it after we're finished with this. So here we go, hyperlink. That one's email address. And the last one is short text again. And that's cell phone number. At this point, you will save your work, which is Control S. And then your table name is going to be members. Now we'll pause there. No, we don't type hyperlink, we type its email address. The type was hyperlink. But email address. And keep in mind too, everybody, that this works a lot like Excel. You can make the columns wider, you can make the fields wider if you need to see all of your data. So short text for the last one.
Oh, sure.
Control S.
No, just Control S at this point, Marshall, save it.
Okay.
Well, click the gray bar up top. See where all the gray is up top there? Upper right corner. See all the gray area up there? Just click somewhere up in the gray. Now Control S. Yep, you're gonna save it as members. I typed it up there. And then just click OK when you're done.
Control S.
After you've done the last one, yes, Control S. And then you're gonna save it as members. And then click OK.
Where can I save it?
So just Control S.
Control S and then?
Yep. And then you're just gonna save the table as members, and then you're gonna click OK.
Members.
Yep.
With S.
Members. Not meme-bers, like some people like to do in this class. Some people type meme-bers, it's members, M-E-M-B-E-R-S.
Then click OK, right?
Click OK.
and then click OK.
Okay, just the email address was.
So email
hyperlink?
address was the only one that was hyperlinked, so before you proceed on the other computer over there, let me show you something. So I'm gonna click OK. Here's how you check. I talked about this earlier, switching from, this is called datasheet view, switching it to design view. See this button in the upper left corner up here?
Yeah.
That's, if you just click on this, that takes you to design view. So I would like you to do that to verify that all of your data types are correct. So click on that, yep, you have it, it's above the word view. Yep, click that. So you gotta fix email address, so change, so click here, and change short text, yep. Click the drop down here,
That's
oh,
the
click the
E.
drop down here. Choose hyperlink. So that's how you fix that.
Yeah, click that.
Perfect.
To the design.
Okay, great. Now you can switch back to the other view. Yep. And say yes, save the table. Okay, cool. Now you can work on the other, you can work on the other one while I'm, work on the other computer there while I'm checking it. So if you see hyperlink for email address, you did that right. And if you don't see it, very good, okay. You're all good. So everybody over here, just click back on this button to get back to datasheet view. So that's how you test that. That's how you check that. All right, just giving them a moment. So while we're waiting for them, everybody else, here we go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add captions. So earlier I mentioned that field names have no spaces, but captions do. So I'm going to copy this so I don't have to type it in again. All right, so here we go, everybody. No, I'll hit you guys up in a minute. Let me get everybody else going here. So right now you're in the member ID field. You don't have to click it. You don't have to do step A. We're already there. Up top, there's a table fields tab. Let's go ahead and click on that. And there's a name and caption button right here. So here's what we're going to do for all the fields, everybody. We are not going to put in descriptions. We're only going to be putting in captions. So the caption there is member space ID. No, and remember the field names. You would have all gotten an error message by now if you hadn't done that correctly. So you did that correctly. So I'm not worried about that. And then go ahead and click OK after you finish that. And now you'll notice that there's a space between member and ID. And then you're going to proceed to the first name. Now, here's the thing. Bless you. Bless you again. So here's the other thing about access. You can actually restrict how many characters that somebody puts into a field. So what we're going to do with the first name is by default it's 255 characters. And I don't think any of us wants to allow somebody to type 255 characters in. So for first name, we're going to restrict it to 20. So I'm going to click once on first name. I'm going to come up to name and caption. I'm going to cheat just by doing this, copy, paste, space between first and name. And then when you're done with that, you click what? Okay. Now we're going to change the field size from 255 up here to what? It's up here. We're going to change that to 20.
How about the first?
We don't touch the first one because it's going to auto number. It's going to do auto numbering. So yeah, we don't want to touch the first one. All right, everybody on this side of the room, you're going to rinse and repeat for the rest of these. You're going to rinse and repeat for the rest of these using this the information in this table. Address, city, and state will not require captions because, well, they're one word, so they're not going to require captions. But the other four that you see here are all going to require captions. Email address, you'll notice that it says size NA. And what that means for size NA means that we're not going to change it. We're not going to be able to change it because it's a hyperlink. All right, so now the last name field. You're going to rinse and repeat for the rest of these. So caption for that is going to be that. Put a space between last and name. So all I'm doing is copying the field name, pasting it into caption, putting a space between the words. And then last name is how many characters? 25. So we're gonna change the 255 up here to 25 and enter. Now, I put a dot after that, so that's why it went ding. Okay, there's my 25. And again, you can make these wider. If you wanna make these wider, you can make these wider. You can make them shorter. Then you're gonna click on address. Address is 45, we're not changing the caption on that one. City. City is 25. Again, not adding a caption to that one. State is 2, we're not adding a caption to that one. And then the last 3 you're gonna do like this. You're gonna have your caption of zip for zip code, email for email address, and that's cell space phone. There's a space there between cell and phone on the last 3. So here's zip code.
I got that already. I was saying, what should I click next on here?
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just gonna finish this up so that people can see this. So there's zip, field size of 5, email address, that one's gonna just be email. For caption. And then cell phone number, the last one is cell space phone, and that's the name and caption, bless you.
Thank you.
So there's cell space phone, click OK. And then our field size for that one is 12. And that, I'm saving it again, and that is how you set the table up. All right,
No. I already said everything.
okay, that's great. Did you do Control S to save?
Okay.
And save it as members. And we're gonna open 2 files for the project today. The only, well, actually, you're gonna download the 2 files. The only one you're gonna open is the one with your name on it.
Click view.
Yeah, go ahead, if you just wanna double check that. So you're gonna change your short text for email address, you gotta change that to hyperlink. Yep, just click the drop down arrow. Yep, you'll see it. There it is. Okay, cool. Switch it back to, yep, and say yes. All right, so the next step is we go into each field now, and we're gonna set up the name and caption and field size. So your first one is the one you're in right now, so you're gonna click Table Fields, the tab. You're gonna click Name and Caption. And now it's gonna be, so we're only gonna be messing with the captions here. We're not messing with the name, we're not messing with the description. So your caption is gonna be member space ID. If you wanna copy the name, yep. You can copy and then you can paste it into caption and just put a space between,
ID.
yep, space between member and ID, yep. And then click OK. And then you're gonna go to first name, so click once on first name, yep, then name and caption, yep, you do the same thing. Was it 20 for first name?
Yeah.
It was 20 for first name? Okay, so go ahead and put your space between first and name. Click OK. Now we're gonna change the 255 to 20. And then just push enter after you've done with that. Yep, now click once on address. No caption for address. Actually here, scroll down your instructions. There should be, yep, just scroll down a little bit. There, stop right there. So address is 45. So you're gonna change that 255 to 45. Yep, and you're gonna click once on city. You're gonna change 255 to 25. Yeah, you've got it now. Yep, you can just type in 25. Or skip, there you go, that works too. Okay, state is 2. So just change the 255 to 2. Okay, click once on zip code. Now, keep in mind, that's supposed to be capital ZIP. The ZIP is supposed to be capitalized. Go ahead and double click that. Yep, and just change, yeah, it should be capital I, capital P on zip. Yep. Just push enter. Okay, click once on zip code. Now, up there, name and caption, yep. Your caption's gonna be just capital ZIP. Okay. And then that's gonna be 5 instead of 255. Now for email address, there's not gonna be a size, you're only gonna be doing the caption, so name and caption on that one. It's just email.
Space, right?
No address, it's just email.
Oh, no, just,
Okay, click OK. And the last one, name and caption, and cell space phone. It's just cell phone with a space between cell and phone. So as I mentioned earlier, no spaces in your field names. You can have spaces in your captions, but not in your field names.
Yeah, could you, you mind catching me up a little?
okay,
Space between that, yep, you're good. Okay, so we're gonna create a table. So click on the table button to the left. Yep,
And
nope,
then
not
change-
table design, table button, no, that's caption. Click this button right,
Field
nope,
size.
click this button. See my finger, next to my finger, click that.
right, Nick, and then change still signs
Okay,
to
our
12.
table name, you jumped steps, so it's called members, is the name of our table. So now he's got to do it.
Nothing, but still 12?
Is that what they want you to put in? Yeah, 12, change that to 12. Okay, there you go, okay. And click OK. Oh, can't save the table. Okay, close out of it and we'll open it again. Okay, oh, there we go, enable content. Okay, cool, create. Table. There we go. All right, so if you go to your instructions, step 2A, double click the cell, so you're gonna double click on the ID there. Yep, nope, up on the word, yep, double click it. And we're gonna call it member ID, all one word. Nope, no spaces. We do the spaces later. Capital I, capital D. Okay, now, go ahead and push enter. So all these are gonna be short text except for email. So click short text, and then you'll see its first name, just like that.
And then this one where I did the name space.
Yeah, we always do name and caption, yeah. You do caption, yep. And then you do the size.
Short text.
Short text again, yep. And then you see step F, last name. Yep, and then press enter again, and you're gonna do short text again. So all these are gonna be short text. Go ahead and scroll down. And you can copy and paste the field names in if you want. You don't have to, except for that one, right? They're all, so notice how it's address, city, state. So you're gonna, yep. And again, you can copy and paste directly into those. You don't have to.
Step Nick. I forgot the last name in mine.
Oh, so we just need to insert here.
Yeah, we forgot the last name.
Here, all you gotta do is just click on the design view again. Yep. And once you, after first name, see that little square next to address? The little gray square, yeah, right there. Can you right click? Insert rows. Yep. Okay, and then click in here. Yep. And type last name, all just like you did with first name, no space. Good, then push tab. There you go, short text, very good. Yep, you can actually put your caption in down here for last name if you want. See where it says caption? Yep, you can type last space name on that one. Technically, you can do all this right here. I just haven't taught you guys how to do that yet. And
Last
then name, yep. And then what was the field size for the last name? 25?
25.
So you can fix that here on field size there too. So technically, you can do all this right here if you want. Like for address, city, state, zip, you can do it all right here if you want to. You just gotta click on address and
Yeah, I
do the
got
next.
this one. I didn't mind that.
And then you said we save it as members?
You already have, yeah, you already did control. Oh,
I
no, oh, you're right, that was the other file. Yeah, go ahead and type that in, yep, you're right. You're good. Thank you for being patient, everybody over there. Click OK. All right, cool. Now you're gonna go into every field and enter the name and captions. So you're now on step 3. So you're already on member ID. So up at the top here, you're gonna have name and caption. Yep. And it's just gonna be member space ID for caption. So you can copy the name and just paste it into caption and just put a space between, You can copy that name right there and just paste it into caption and just put a space between member and ID. Just put a space between the two, yeah, just put space between the two.
And I put address again, right? The capture.
No caption on address, it's just field size. See how there's nothing in address, city, and state?
Yeah.
It's all blank. See how the table down,
Do I just click on the name or do I click the?
just click once on first name, yeah, on the, yeah, there you go. And then
And the same thing?
That just kind of tells you what to do here. So for that one, click name and caption, yep, you got first space name for the caption, so you can just copy that and just put a space between the words. Yeah, there will be no captions on address, city, or state. Okay, and then click OK. You'll notice up there at the top, you see field size now up there. This is 255. We're gonna change that to 20. And essentially, you're gonna do that for all the rest of these. You're gonna do that, and it tells you here in the table what you need to set the captions and the,
Alright.
so you're just gonna click once on each field. Okay, everybody over here who's asleep. Oh, wow. Everybody over here who's passed out already? Okay, so obviously we're gonna save the table once you've done that. My advice to you here is, now that we're at the point where we're gonna start entering data, this is step 4. And everybody, if you think we have a long way to go still, we don't. We're gonna fly through the rest of this. So first part's always a pain setting it up, but the rest of this, so my advice to you, everybody, I would copy and paste, like especially the address, the city, and look at this first email address. That's horrible. There's like a ton of GLs and I's in it. I would definitely copy and paste this in. You can also copy and paste the phone number in. So everybody over here we go. So you're gonna click here, everybody. And we're gonna start typing. And you can push your tab key on your keyboard to go from field to field like this. Then again, my advice, copy and paste the address. Oh, you can make these wider, by the way, if you don't like what you see. Cameron Park, then CA, then 95682. I'm gonna make this wider because I don't want to try and type this. You'll notice that your hyperlink will actually appear as a link in the email field, and then your telephone number.
Hey Nick, I gotta.
I'll be right there. I just wanted to do this because everyone over here is waiting for instruction.
So, is there any way I can add another spot between?
Yes.
Because
Yes,
I forgot city.
Yes, you can. So come up here to click the little yep. So to insert the field, see this little gray square next to zip code? Just right click and do insert rows. And then you can just type it in here. So you can you gotta click inside there first, and then you're just gonna type city. Yep, and push tab on your keyboard. There you go, and it does it. So your size, you can change the size down here.
Okay, I might just do it right here.
That's probably easier than, just make sure that when you're done with all that, swap it, because you notice you can do caption and field sizes down here for these, so just make sure you swap it back to,
View?
the data sheet view, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, and if you see call number on that, don't click that. Click that.
Nick, I have one question. On the zip code one, I tried to get rid of it, it wouldn't go as zip.
Let me answer a quick question. So question online, you leave it alone. Since the email field is a hyperlink, it's gonna be NA. You're not gonna be able to change that at all, like the size at all, so just let it be.
So the zip code, would I,
Yeah, you put zip in the caption, yeah.
oh, nope. Okay. I got it.
Yep, you're just following along with what the table's saying here. So zip. Yep, You already got 5 in there, that's good. So email,
I already got that.
yep, email's fine, cell phone, that looks good too. Okay, save it. Now we save. Both of you. And where's your last name?
I haven't fixed it yet. I'll
No,
talk to
well,
him
come over here and fix it, because you're gonna have to start putting stuff in. So you're going to right-click the box next to address, yep, insert rows, and that's where you're gonna put your last name in. So that's the view we're gonna use next week. For those of you that messed anything up or had to go change something in the design view, yes, we'll be dealing with the design view next week. Okay. Let me know when everybody's ready over here, because once you're done doing all that, step 4, you start entering in data. Everybody on this side.
and then push enter, right, Nick? I already got the.
Yeah,
The thing, that's it. Last name spaced.
good, that's good. You're, wait, what happened to all your fields? I know what happened, okay. Whew. Okay, great, all right, so then you're just gonna go back to data sheet view. Yep, click yes, you're gonna save the table. All right, now you're gonna start typing stuff in, that's step 4. Yes, please make sure you're in the instructions on step 4. So now you're gonna put all this in. First name Geneva, last name Lingle. I would copy and paste the addresses because, and again, it's just like Excel, you can make these bigger, you can make these smaller, you can make these whatever size you feel like making them, as long as you can see everything. So I just copied and pasted the address, city, the email address is a pain because of all the G's, L's, and I's, and I pasted the cell phone in. So this is all of step 4.
Oh, we'll do it in the second tab.
No, look at where I'm at.
I know.
Put it all in right here. You click on the first name, you type the first name, then you tab to the last name, type the last name. Then you tab to the address, you put the address in, then you tab to the city, then you tab to the state, then you tab to the zip. It's the tab key on your keyboard.
Alright.
And then for those of you that have already put in the first one, if you push tab again after cell phone, it takes you to the next row. I'm gonna make sure that I'm here in first name. Because you notice what step K says, tab to the next field. Then they want you to enter these 3. Now keep in mind, everybody, if you have not had my class before, for this project, they used to make you type 15 rows of data in. You only have to do the 4, and then the rest of it we will import afterward. So here are your next 3 rows. I'm gonna go through it like this. Again, I'm gonna copy the addresses. The addresses, the email addresses, and the phone numbers are the 3 most missed things on this project. So my advice is to copy those. So I know there's gonna be some quiet time here, everybody online, there's gonna be some quiet time, so I'm gonna mute for just a moment. I will be right back once I'm done with this. Oh, no. And again, spelling is very important if you're typing. Because if you miss anything, like even if you have an additional space somewhere, it's gonna mark you off. So you just gotta be careful with that as well. And of course, we're gonna talk a lot about databases on Tuesday, in Tuesday's class. That was it, right? For that step, for step 4, I'm saving again after that. So there are the first 4 records. Again, if you need to make your fields wider, please make them wider. And all the states should be CA in your state field. And yes, there will be a project where we can't copy and paste the cell phones, we're gonna actually have to type them in. So that's coming. It's not today. I didn't realize the typing part was gonna be the part that slowed everybody up today. I was like, come on, copy and paste, you can do it. All right, I'm gonna mute for a moment, people online, I'll be right back. All right, go ahead and save it, Control S, make sure you save it. All right, everybody. Don't worry, I'll catch you guys up. Next steps. Next, we're gonna change the layout of the members table. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to change the column width of the zip column. So all you have to do for this, everybody, is you're just going to right-click the word zip, like this. We're gonna right-click the word zip like this, put your pointer on zip, right-click. And we're gonna go to field width. Right now it's 11.75, we're gonna change it to 7, just type 7. And then click OK. You'll notice it got, I guess, smaller, right, narrower. So the 7 refers to characters. It does not refer to pixels, it doesn't refer to points. Because if you notice, there's 5 characters in that field, and there's like 2 blanks after it. So that's 7 characters. Now we're also going to make this centered. We also have to center this. So we just went through A, B, C, D, E. Now we're going to go back to the Home tab and center align it. So Home tab, I hope you know what the center button looks like by now. It's in text formatting over here, and it's the center button. Here in the text formatting group. And there you go. Now it's centered. Now I hope nobody's tried to go ahead yet, because you don't know this, but there are going to be multiple steps we're skipping, and that's why we're almost done with this. You're like, that's why we're almost done? Because we're going to skip, yeah, we're going to be skipping like half this project. You just don't know it yet. All right, so next, we're going to go to the state column. So it just wants you to auto-fit the state column. So to do that, this is all you have to do. You put your pointer between state and zip up here, your pointer will turn into a 2-directional arrow, like this. You're just gonna double click right there. 1, 2. And it resizes the column. You're like, but Nick, why didn't we do that with zip? I know, right? In the real world, you would have just double clicked, you wouldn't have done field width 7. Oh, we're also gonna make state also center aligned. That's step J. So click once on state and center align it here in the Home tab text formatting group. You want that centered also. Okay. We're almost at the end of this, everybody. You're like, but it doesn't look like it. I know. I told you this was a quick one. Right, so next, you're going to set alternate row color of blue-gray, text to lighter 80%. So to do that, everybody, the button is all the way over here on the right side of the text formatting group, over here. See? Alternate row color, this button way over here on the right side. See some people looking. So for alternate row color, we're going to click on the drop-down arrow way over here on the right. And what was it? Blue-gray, text to what? Did it say lighter?
Lighter 80%.
So it's that one right there. It's the 4th color, 2nd row, blue-gray, text to lighter 80%. Click on that. You'll notice that the colors change on your data sheet. A little bit darker. All right, so now it's time for truth. It's truth time. It's time for the truth. So the macros chapter last week, originally they actually had you guys do a macro that did exactly what we just did in one click. And that is change the alternate row colors. People went crazy. They were like, so I had to do all that 1 week, and then the next week Access has it built in? I'm like, heck yeah, that's how that works. All right, congratulations. For those that are already done, go ahead and do Control S to save. And you notice what they want you to do in step M? They want you to actually close the table. So before we import the data, we have to close the table like this. You're just going to click this little X right here. See how it's like a tab? It says members, and there's an X next to it. Go ahead and just click that little X next to the word members. It should take you back to like a blank screen with the word members on the left side. And I'm going to get these guys caught up. Perfect. Not perfect. Not perfect. Not. Oh, yes, save the changes. There you go. Now it's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Don't worry, guys. I'll catch you up in a minute. All right. Everybody else, I'm fast forwarding. So now we're all at this point. So for this next part, we're gonna go ahead and go to the external data tab. External data tab, up here. Yes, with the table closed. We're gonna go to new data source, from file, Excel. So here we go, ready? I hope everybody's ready. External data tab, new data source. So external data, new data source. From file, Excel. This is the other file that we downloaded at the beginning of the project. If you did not download it, please go back up to the top and download the resources file. Okay. I'll give everybody a moment here. Ready? Okay, so when you see this, do we save our files and documents?
What was it?
No. Where do we save, what folder do we save our files in?
Download.
Downloads, so we gotta change that. So browse, downloads. Oh, there's our file, members data file. I'm just gonna double click it. Okay, we are going to append a copy to the table. So we're gonna click append a copy. Members is our only table, so we don't have to change that table. Then I'm gonna click OK. Then you're gonna see something like this. Everybody?
Yeah.
That's here at this screen. We're not gonna go through all the screens. I'm just gonna click finish. If you see this, it worked. If you got an error, you got an error. You're good, click close. You're good, click, you too, click close. Down bottom right corner, click close. Nick, click close, bottom right corner, you're good. Okay, so, everybody, people online, if you see this, it was a success. If you see an error message, that means you got one of the field names wrong, which means you're gonna have to go back into the table, check all your field names, and make sure they're all spelled correctly. Okay, so I know you're ready to get out of here. I am too. That was all of step 6, by the way. That was all of step 6. No, we're not going to reopen the members table. We're not going to do step 7. You're just going to have to trust me that everything is there. We're not going to do step 7. Well, actually, we do have to do step 7. So just double click, everybody, except for you two. I'll catch you two up in a minute. We're going to double click on members like this. We're going to double click members. And it does want us to hide the state field. So to hide the state field, all you have to do is right click state and hide fields. Oh, and another question I get from people, Nick, what if my member IDs are different than yours? Don't worry about that. Some people have different numbers for some reason and it's not a problem. You're not going to get docked points for it. Save, Control S. All right, you want really good news, everybody? Step 9 has you do a whole bunch of stuff, and then at the end, look, it wants you to remove the sort. It wants you to do a sort and remove it. So guess what? We're not doing step 9. Oh, and we don't have to move the zip column to the right of the city column because look, it's already to the right of the city column. So step 9 is done. Step 10, it's gonna have us do a whole bunch of stuff again, and then look, it clears whatever we're supposed to do. So we're not doing step 10. Step 11. Step 11. We can filter it, but look at the end of step 11. They want us to clear the filter. So we're gonna skip step 11. I mean, you can all go in there and do that if you want, but I mean, I'm not wasting the time. Then, check it out. They want you, so we're not gonna do step 12 because it wants us to reopen the table in step 13. So we're not doing step 12 either. Step 13, it's already open. And then they want you to close it again in step 13B. So I'm going to close it again. Like right here, I'm gonna close it. So people online are like, wait a minute, did we just skip 9, 10, 11, 12? Yes, we did. That's why this is my favorite project of them all, because we're just about finished. Don't worry, guys up front, I'll take care of you in a minute. The rest of us are gonna finish this, and then I can walk you through the rest. For the video, I'm going to do this for the sake of the brevity. So, we've done this before, everybody. We're gonna go into the File tab, and we're gonna put in information about the file. So we're gonna go into File up here, File tab, Info. So File tab, Info. So File tab, Info, View and Edit Database Properties. This link right here, View and Edit Database Properties. And then it's all copying and pasting. There's the title. Title. Author. Author. Company. Don't worry, guys, I'll catch you up in a minute. Company. So those are the only three things you're gonna put in for your info. And then from there, you're gonna click OK. It's gonna automatically save your file, so you don't have to worry about saving. You're just gonna click OK. And then you're just gonna close the database and upload it. You're finished. That's it. That's all. That's it. I'm clicking OK. I'm gonna catch you guys up. I'm doing this for the brevity of the video. Oh, yeah, so after you click OK, if you're back here, like this, I'm just gonna click the back button, and then I'm just gonna close it. And then I'm gonna go upload it.
You don't need to save it?
It saves automatically.
Oh.
Yeah. If you don't see save illuminated, it's automatically saved it. That's the cool thing about Access. Don't worry, I'll catch you guys up in a minute. I'm just doing this for the finish. So my people online can get on with their day. Because this is supposed to be the shortest of the projects. Look at that, 29 out of 29. That's what I'm talking about. People online, it's been a pleasure. Thank you once again for all the views and your questions and everything else. I hope you all have a fantastic day. We'll see you on Tuesday for Chapter 11, Databases. Have a great rest of your day.
I got